The guy who's going to land the knockout punch is the guy with the broadest shoulders and the broadest back.
James Wallace.
James Wallace
Very
is going to
good,
finish
very
off this
good.
gorilla.
It's just subjective. Someone's just deciding this. There's no actual system.
I really hate us, don't you?
No, I respect Collingwood. Okay,
You respect us and still
no.
hate us.
You can feel the tension sitting in between you both.
Welcome back to Dos and Toss, Season 6, Episode 9. It is a big week. It is a big week because we're 7 rounds into the season, and I feel like there are some conclusions to be drawn, some statements to be made after just over a quarter of the season. But Dean, I'll go to you first. Your first game back into seniors footy. How did it feel? How's the body pull up?
Yeah, unfortunately we lost, but it was great to be playing again. And the body has pulled up really sore. And I was not expecting this. You can do as much as you want pre-season, but I think round one just hits you like a train. Like, I'm so sore right now. Genuinely, I've probably done everything you can, like walk, gym, I don't know. Went in the pool after, but yeah, very, very sore, but very fun. All worth it.
Well, it must have been something because you're a pretty fit guy. You can go to a footy training and then come play an extreme game and no complaints at all. So must have been a big game. Did you get much of the footy?
Yeah, was on a wing. Thought, yeah, got a lot of it, but yeah, unfortunately, we weren't clicking. The other team had much better passages. We were up at halftime, and yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that team again because we should win.
First time being coached by Whitey.
Yeah, it was good.
Who's Whitey?
The head coach, Ryan White. Yeah, he's a good motivator, gets everyone up and about, and that's probably why we had a good start, and then we just fell flat. But it was fun. It's just great to play again, not to rub it in, Chase. But yeah,
It's fine.
just I don't know. There's a certain adrenaline you get with footy, which I feel like I don't really get in other sports.
Yeah, and Dog's out on the podcast as well.
Yeah,
Can't
you
see
can't.
on camera.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to see. As the saying goes, that everyone feels bad for my podiatrist. But
Really?
What?
I never heard that saying.
nah, but just I was a bit hot and want to wear pants because the crotch area
Yeah.
looks a bit funny on camera, but didn't want to wear socks because it would have overheated.
Okay, so you've balanced it out. And Brodie, round 2 for you. How'd you go?
Wasn't our best performance compared to the week before. Played at Princess Park. Playing on a small ground is a big difference. The ball doesn't swing as much as we'd like through the backline, through the wings, which affects me a lot in my performance. But you know, it's good to get through a game unscathed. Body feels good, so just got to build on this momentum and get some consistency for once.
Yep, fair enough. But overall, good to be back playing. You enjoying footy?
Of course.
And the
You
body
you
good?
go for a run this weekend?
I did, yeah. Went
Nice.
on
Tell us
Sunday.
about it.
How's the back?
Oh, yeah, it's all right. Some days better, some days worse, but yeah, running is about the only. Well, it's the only cardio I'm doing at the moment.
Do you like it? And where do you go?
I kind of changed it up. It can be a bit spontaneous. It's around sort of McKinnon Reserve, which is where my area is, but it's not like the park. The perimeter of the park is along side streets as well. So it's not like Caulfield Park where it's a park all the way around. But it's nice. You run through houses. You can change it up. Sometimes I'll go run on the main road on Jasper Road or something like that, on McKinnon Road. So it's good, but
Headphones in?
nah, no headphones.
Good.
Yeah.
I think we're all like that. No?
Or like that. Well,
yeah,
my
I'm
GP said last year that it's just better to run without headphones, just so you have so your senses can just focus on running rather than being distracted by your ears. I don't know exactly the science behind it, but that was my recommendation. So I'll do it. It can be a bit boring. That's one thing I hate. I just hate running because it's boring. But sometimes you just got to run a bit slow and just just good to take the legs over. Footy, yeah, Brodie.
Let's go chasing Strava.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'll never go on Strava. I don't.
I said that once, and here I am.
I never want to be the type of person where running is like we're running is like a social media for me. Like I never want to like post it and share it. Like obviously, I have you on the Apple Watch, but like I don't want to. It's not something I want to like show off that I ran or even like to keep me accountable. Like no, I don't. It's not for me.
I reckon we could convince you, but happy to move on.
3 wins again on the couch.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Consecutive weeks. Have we ever had 2 weeks where all consecutive weeks where all 3 of our teams have won? Maybe,
Probably not.
but probably not. Is the right answer. It's big wins for all 3, and some big conclusions and statements potentially can come out of it. I want to start with probably the biggest of performances of the round, and it was on Anzac Day. Brodie, I'll give you the floor. I'll give you the floor. Scott Pendlebury, how do you sum up that performance?
Yeah. Look, I knew it was going to be a good day. I came straight from football to the ground, and as soon as I'd gone through the entire road to get to my seat, the last post had started. It was perfect timing to the second that I got there. I thought I'd be late, but no, it was great. So from there, I knew it was going to be a good day. 25 degrees and sunny, already burnt from my own football game. Scott Pendlebury. How do you summarize greatness? I'm not sure. For as long as I've been following the game, Scott Pendlebury has been playing for Collingwood, and I'll show you boys a photo of Pendles.
Back in the day when you got to meet the great man?
Except it's not there.
He's archived it from his own social media. That's okay. Well, from a neutral's perspective, like you just have to sit back and appreciate that type of greatness. On the biggest day as well, Anzac Day now has 4 medals, which is pretty incredible.
That will put into perspective how long he's been good for. And going around
so Brodie's got a photo on his Instagram. Obviously, you can't see, but from when was this photo taken?
This was just after the 2010 grand final.
Yeah.
I think I'm wearing a 2005 members
Wow.
hat. So there's a lot of nostalgia in this. Alan Tuvey behind him. It was a fun time, but it just shows his longevity and how good he's been. To have 43 disposals at the ripe old age of 38, 17 score involvements. I don't even know how that's possible. And it's funny because he mentioned that he wasn't even trying to get the ball in the last quarter. And there was truth to that. He was jogging in the forward line and still ended up in his hands multiple times. He's a unique player in the sense that he makes it look so effortless. You know, he's never going full speed. He goes to his own rhythm, and he makes it look easy. So he's unique in that sense. And the fact that he's still going is incredible. I'll touch on shit database soon, but you know, there's no reason why I can't play another season if he wants to. Him and LeBron on the same day really turned back the clock, didn't they, Dean?
Yeah, it was a traumatic day for me with
What happened?
the
Coming out of the
Rockets.
loop?
Went down 3-0 to the Lakers. Now 3-1. We won today, but the series is over.
30 seconds left.
So what did LeBron do? He got the game tying 3 with
got
10
the
seconds to
seal
go.
that led to the game tying contested 3.
Yeah, but it's been
crazy.
It's crazy because in 2020 he beat us in the first round, and we went into a full rebuild. Off you go, Harden. Off you go, Westbrook. Changed our team around. 6 years later, here we are. All the new boys are around. Same issue. Same old guy at 41 years old now with his son hitting threes against us.
Hurts. I've got a question for both of you. Speaking about Pendlebury, speaking about LeBron. So, a few days ago now, there's been 2 massive performances by 2 different athletes, 2 different sports, at 2 completely different parts of their career. Vaibhav Suryavanshi from the Rajasthan Royals, 103 of 37 balls at age 15. He was born in 2011. Scott Pendlebury wins his 4th Anzac Day medal, 43 disposals, 19 score involvements and 2 goals. When he won his first Anzac Day medal, Suryavanshi wasn't even born yet. So I know it's 2 different sports, but which one's more impressive? You've got a 15-year-old. This is not just a generational player. Like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime
Who was he facing?
against Pat Cummins from the Sunrisers
Wow.
Hyderabad. And they lost as well.
Oh, wow.
But, like, incredible. He's 15. He's literally in year 9. And
I
he's
think
one of the best players in the world.
I think that
Crazy.
surpasses Pendlebury just because of the state Essendon are right now and the inflation of numbers perhaps at Collingwood. Don't want to take anything away from it, but 101 off 37 against the best bowler in the world can't be surpassed, surely.
Can I deviate from those options and say Sebastian Sowie running a 1:59.30 this weekend?
You can. Yeah,
2 minutes and 50 seconds per kilometre.
Wow. So
And poor old
Jeez.
second place
Also,
also getting sub 2 hours.
really.
how is that even possible?
So wait, hang on. So he broke. Is that the record?
It's now the record.
Yeah.
Kipchoge had the
Kipchoge, yeah.
unofficial record of going the first man to go under 2 hours for a marathon, but this is official. At the
Wait, so
London
they
Marathon.
don't have paces or anything? It was like an actual event.
No, this is an actual event. You're not allowed paces.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible performances over the past few days.
days,
Wow.
yeah.
So I'm assuming he's Indian, who you were talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Right. So we'll be seeing him soon, surely.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, I don't know how much if he's a test player, but T20, he's been incredible. He played Bumrah a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
First ball 6.
Wow.
Second ball.
It's not the
6.
first time Boomer's had that happen to him by a youngin.
Yeah, true. But this guy's 15.
Crazy.
He doesn't. I don't know if there's conjecture around his actual age, but he generally looks like he has a baby face. He probably is 15. It's pretty crazy.
We
but
just covered 4 sports in 2 minutes.
we did. That's very good.
Mm.
But back to Anzac Day. Shit day to be. It was a shit day to be your eyeballs and your ears on Anzac Day. Hawthorn Gold Coast. What the hell was that camera angle?
We were watching
Terrible
from
viewing.
the nosebleeds.
It was you guys don't play FIFA, but you have different camera angles on FIFA, and you can select I think it's a dynamic one, and it's it feels like you're in level 2, 10, 15 rows back. It was horrible viewing, and you've played there before, in Launceston. Has it always been that bad?
No, I don't remember that at all. It felt like I was watching a pre-season game. I did notice that half the stadium was under construction. That hasn't happened before, so maybe that impacted the cameras. But I was saying it the whole game from the bounce. I'm like, what is this camera angle? And Zach's like, oh, you're the only one complaining. Well, no, it turns out everyone else was having a tough time with it too, but that wasn't the end of it.
Yeah, well, and then you go to the biggest game of the season, and Brodie, you didn't see it on the broadcast, but I'm watching the game, and the audio stops working, and you just hear the isolated commentary voice, which was kind of cool for 20 seconds, and then after that, it got really annoying, and I was like, what am I watching? It sounds like I'm playing a video game where you've turned the crowd noise off, and then they start playing the COVID fake crowd noises. It was just a joke, and the vision kept cutting out, and yeah, it was horrible. Come on, Fox Footy and KO, how is it $45 a month or whatever it is nowadays? It's
Golden
ridiculous.
Stars was not having it.
Yeah,
They were saying it's because Channel 7 had their only Saturday game of the year.
but apparently it's Channel 7. I didn't watch it, but apparently they had their own issues as well. I was listening to Fireball and Kingy and Kane were going at it.
Yeah.
Apparently 7 cut off completely. There was no vision or no audio.
I don't know what happened, but yeah, I heard it was a power outage at the stadium. I think that summed up this year's Anzac Day competitiveness.
Yeah, in terms of the round.
Yeah, in terms of this round was so boring just to start with. But in terms of Collingwood Essendon, it would have had the lowest numbers in years. No one was tuning in for that.
Potentially, because it wasn't an isolated game, potentially.
That and, yeah, the state of Essendon right now.
Yeah.
My shit day to be, well, it's a shit day to be a member of a big club because I was having a look at the ladder today and last night actually with Dawson Toss fan Jordan Rose, and we were having a look at the bottom 4, which is Richmond, West Coast, Carlton, Essendon. And I was thinking, those are all top clubs of the AFL. Now I had a look into it. Going off the membership numbers from last year, 3 of those teams are in the top 4 for most amount of members, and all 4 of those teams are in the top 7. Now, I think the AFL is missing out on big money here with those teams not being in the top, because you look at if those teams were competing against other teams in marquee games and they're at their top level, when Carlton and Essendon were in the top 4 only a few years ago, the ratings go up, merchandise goes up and all the aspects of commercialisation go up when these teams are good. West Coast still managed to get a packed out Optus Stadium every week somehow. Their fans are the most loyal. But if they were at the top, we would be seeing more hype. And I just feel like there's a sense of malaise about the AFL right now. Like, no one's that excited. I don't know. We've had the least amount of upsets so far, and it could be an aspect of them trying to really invest in these northern academies and this other equalisation, and I don't know. There's just something's off. Like, there's no upsets. Once again, this round, everyone I looked, you'll see 46 people in our tipping comp got 8 out of 9.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
something's going on, and it's not a good time to be a member of a big club because you're down the bottom.
But are you saying that you want to manufacture that? Like,
Yeah,
you want,
what do you want the
I think
AFL?
you want these big clubs at the top.
What
It
about
makes it better.
What about fairness then?
Well,
Like
it-
GWS, North Melbourne, Gold Coast.
No, well, it needs to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
Gold Coast is going to always be at the top if we allow them to get 4 picks in the top 20 every single
That's
year.
not true.
I think what Brodie and I have just asked is, do we move the goalpost to make these bigger clubs better? But I think what you just said there is we need to move the goalposts back to where they were originally, because the AFL have favoured the northern clubs
Yes.
in terms of the academies, and therefore it's created this divide. So we need to actually equalise it again.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what you said last week, it's very hard to rebuild right now. So,
True.
other than recruiting, it's a long way to the top.
Brodie, Pendles.
Yeah, shit week to be a 5-day turnaround. Now, Scott Pendlebury's next game will be the record tying amount at 432. Collingwood has announced he's going to be rested against
Hawthorn
this week, meaning he will play
Who've you got the week after that?
Sydney
In Sydney?
in Sydney for the tie,
The tie, yeah.
and then 433 will be on a Saturday night against West Coast
At the G.
at the G.
Wow.
So, bit of strategy going into that one. I think they've done that on purpose so he doesn't break the record at the SCG and does it where he knows best at the MCG. So, you know, I'm hoping it's going to be a spectacle. There's rumours about gold numbers on the back of the jersey for Pendles. But I think the fans will definitely turn up, even though it's probably not going to be a big game, a close game. Sorry. Yeah, towards the fourth quarter, the end of the fourth quarter, you could hear Pendle's chants coming from the cheer squad. So that was pretty cool, and that was a bit of a preview of what to expect in 3 weeks' time. Looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. As a neutral, you have to respect greatness, and Pendlebury was a Melbourne supporter growing up, so shout out to Pendles. Got a little 1% of Melbourne in him.
Does that guy perform the Pendlebury song again?
Yeah,
For
maybe.
his 400, for the 400.
Yeah, he could. Let's get on to the footy though. Thursday night, not much to talk about other than prayers up for Aaron Norton. That was a pretty scary incident, and I think he's all good, which is good. No concussion, no significant injury to his neck. Scary, because you never want to see a player that has the attributes of flying that high get injured like that. And speaking of flying high, Kozzy Pickett, just an incredible performance against Richmond. And if I'm being honest, like, he wasn't even trying that hard. Like, I was saying it to my mum in the first quarter.
Did you ask him?
Yeah, I actually asked him for the game, and he's like, "Yeah, no, it's just Richmond." But I was telling my mum in the first quarter, like, because he just knows that he's too good for everyone else on this field, that like he's just going to go at 75% and still be the best player on the ground. And a few big statements about Kozzy Pickett. Last year, I said that I'd be confident that he'd get into the top 10 in the competition, and you could say he was, maybe he's 15 to 20. Right now, Kozzy Pickett is in the top 3 players in the competition, behind Marcus Bontempelli and Nick Dacos. I think Kozzy Pickett's the most talented player in the competition, the most skillful. And by the end of his career, Dean, Kozzy Pickett will be better than Sil Rioli, and he will have the greatest highlight package in the history of the game.
How do you like that, Dean?
I don't mind it. I think he's a very different player to Cyril. He's now become a midfielder. So I think that's an unfair comparison. He had 26 CBAs on the weekend. But I agree with Chase. He's been right about Pickett all along. We gave you a hard time at the start for your biased and perhaps
I've got a lot wrong, so it's
yeah,
fine.
but no, that mark he took. I watch him because I watch him vividly because I have him in my fantasy team, and that mark he took was just incredible for someone so small to get up like that is amazing. And yeah, he just moves different. The other Pickett moves different as well, and I don't know, is he even the best Melbourne draftee in that 2019 draft class?
Well,
What about Luke Jackson's game on the weekend?
yeah,
That
Dogger's
goal
pretty
was
good.
unreal.
It was pretty good, and the Dogger Kozzy comparisons has only come because there was rumors of Dogger coming back and Kozzy going to Freo, so there was that 1-for-1 trade. That's obviously not going to happen anymore. But yeah, I've got written in the run sheet is Luke Jackson, about to surpass Max Gawn as the number one ruck, and if there was one player to do it, he's the one guy I'd love to see take the throne off Gawn, and I think he will. If not this, if it's not
Well,
this year,
has
then next year.
Gawn drifted more forward, or is that
Yeah,
just
I think it's just an
against
early-
Richmond?
Yeah, you have to manage him. They're playing Max Heath for 25 to 50% of game time. Manage Gawn off a 5-day break. But, when the important games come, Gawn will ruck most of the time. And
Also-
Gawn always just sends out reminders. Like, you'll think, has Sherry gone past? Has Jackson gone past? Grundy, Cameron? And then Gawn just goes bang and sends a reminder. And big game this week against Sydney, against Grundy, because Grundy often gets his measure.
Yeah, and also Sean Darcy's injured at the moment, but when he comes back, they have to leave Luke Jackson in the ruck. Like
Yeah.
that, I think we spoke about it last week. Their midfield, but with Jackson playing like that, Brayshaw, Sarong, Reed, and then Bolton gets best on ground, and Hayden Young, like it's scary. Like flag is their ceiling.
Yeah, I think there's obviously some demons about the last few years. Like they haven't really been able to go on with it. They don't have that much experience winning finals, that list. But on paper, it's an unbelievable list for you. And the only two lists that you could say are better are probably Brisbane and Gold Coast, and they've been helped out a lot by father, sons, and academies. Freo haven't got that. The only academy they got was Liam Henry, who they traded to St Kilda. They've gone to the draft and they've nailed almost every single one of their draft picks. Aside from maybe like a Neil Erasmus, a miss they nailed. Sarong, Hayden Young, they nailed. They picked up Luke Jackson. They nailed that Murphy Reed draft pick. So credit to the list manager at Freo, whoever it is. They've got an unbelievable team. Just lastly on Kozzy Pickett though, I think a lot of credit has to go to Kozzy and like his work rate and ability to become a midfielder. Look at someone like Nick Watson, who is on the Kozzy Pickett trajectory and could get to his level, but it doesn't just happen. You don't just become one of the best players in the league because you're on the trajectory. Like Nick Watson is one of the best small forwards in the competition. For him to also like be a midfielder, it doesn't just happen naturally because you're an unbelievable player. Like you actually have to learn the craft. You have to build the tank. So credit to Kozzy. I'm very keen.
And
to
also
continue to
Melbourne's management, they let him go back to Darwin during the week, and I know they did that before round 1 or round 0. So there's a lot going on there which they would have to manage, and if he wasn't playing up to standards, the media would be coming large for them.
Yeah.
And how they're handling him.
We'll get to another game, but given I just mentioned a big call with Kozzy Pickett, who are your top 5 players in the competition right now? And none of this in no particular order bullshit. I want an order. Top 5 players.
Well, have you pre-prepared this?
I think I've got in my
Okay,
head.
so
Yeah.
you start then.
I'll go Nick Dacos at 1, Bontempelli at 2, Kozzy Pickett at 3, Isaac Heaney at 4, and Zach Butters at 5, with Naz at 6.
Brodie?
Nah.
You don't have it?
No, I don't have.
I'm still Bond.
Like you don't have an opinion, or
Or
you just don't know.
nah, both.
All right, Dean.
I'm still Bond over Dacos. So I'd go Bont 1, Dacos 2. I'd say Gawn 3.
Whoa.
And then I'll go Butters 4 and Naz 5.
Okay, fair enough. Gone 3. It's high, but okay. Brodie, it's a safe place. Like
Nah, I genuinely don't know.
you don't know.
Nah.
Anyone we missed?
Well, what about Petrarca? Like, I know he's missed a few games. I still think he's one of the best players in the league.
Safe space. Yeah, nah. I think at the moment, like, definitely he's in the top 10 in terms of season to date, but I don't think he's up there. And just on Petrarca, it's just sparked a incident on the weekend. Shag. We haven't mentioned him on this podcast.
We
for a long
haven't.
time.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we used to mention him quite a bit,
Yeah.
and he's just like getting on my nerves a little bit with like his own footy opinions. And look, I'm more than happy to speak footy with anyone who comes up to me. Like, that's fine, and I'll engage in the conversation if it's constructive, whatever. But Shag is so. He just. What's the word when like you don't change your opinion?
No, the opposite of fickle.
Stubborn. Sorry. Shag is so stubborn and annoying with his footy opinions, and he'll come up to me and start talking about Melbourne and Petrarca as if like he knows more than me about it. So he was like, "Oh, like what about Petrarca? Like, do you miss him?" I'm like, "No, I don't miss him at all. Like, I'm so happy that he left. He's unlocked all our midfielders: Sparrow, Pickett, Windsor." And he's like, "Oh, but like he's probably like the best player in the competition now." I'm like, "Nah, he's not. Like, yeah, he's had a great season, but he's not." And then I was like, he was a shit teammate. Like, for Melbourne, he was really bad for Melbourne. He's like, "Nah, he was a great teammate. Like, he had so many score involvements." I'm like, "No, but like he was just bad to play with. Like, he brought everyone else down. His body language was shit." And Shag just like wouldn't change his opinion. I'm like, I watch every single game, like every minute of every Melbourne game. Don't come at me saying you know more than me about Melbourne and Petrarca. Sorry, I had to get it off my chest. Shag's just being annoying.
Well, speaking of the best players, we didn't mention Horn Francis, but
Yeah.
I spoke about him last week and the dominance he had against Hawthorn, and he went back to back and was best on ground against Geelong this week in an upset win.
Yeah, we spoke about him last week. Brodie, Horn Francis, you've been watching him closely?
No, I don't.
You're
watch
playing
much
him as a
football.
midfielder.
No, I don't have a choice. Thank you for reminding me. I've watched a few poor games, but past 2 weeks I haven't.
It was a weird time, that 6:30 Saturday night time.
Yeah, I didn't. Like, no one really spoke about that game at all. Like, that was the upset of the round.
Yeah.
And like, big win for Port Adelaide beating Geelong. I just like didn't hear anything about the aftermath. Like, there was nothing really on Horn Francis. Like, I had to go and look at the stats and find them. And like, we pumped him up last week, and he had another big week again. Like, he's currently in the All Australian rolling team and having a big year. So yeah, it's pretty scary. Like, Port shit team, but Horn Francis and Zach Butters together as a duo, with Rosie to come back in the later part of the season, like, they could push for 10th spot potentially. I don't know. They're a completely different team home and away. Like, when they're away, you're like, who the hell is Ewan McKinlay?
He's
and
got very
Jack
rosy
Watkins?
cheeks.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? They're
No.
very red. They are very red.
But then they're at home, and you're like, oh, who the hell is this McKinlay guy? He's all right. So
Yeah.
it's just Port Adelaide. Like, I don't know what to make of them, but Horn
Just
Francis and
Geelong
Butters-
just dropping a game or anything?
Yeah,
more?
yeah. I think it's just Geelong. I think they'll be fine, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of chatter about the umpires at the moment with the arc and the Griffin Logue touch behind last night. But like, is there much to comment on it, or is it a bit of a bit bored about?
If
talking
the game
about
was closer, what was it? How much did they
It was
lose?
8 points.
7.
7 points.
So it should have been 5.
2.
2,
5 point
yeah.
difference.
-5, 2.
I don't know. People were saying like that was the difference, or at least the media is just trying to get headlines. I don't think it was.
Well, whether it was the difference or not, like, what do you make of the arc as a whole, or the umpiring as a whole? There's a lot of talk about the umpires.
The whole argument was they couldn't see, so like that falls back on the quality of the cameras, and the frames per second on the arc. Like, if you actually sped it up, if you were just watching normal time, you could tell it was touch. But if you went frame by frame and zoomed in, and because it's blurry, you didn't know. So it says something about the arc compared to in real time.
So I think we need more accountability and transparency. And I look over to the NBA, and I'm not sure if they still have it, but they used to go to Secaucus, New Jersey,
Yeah.
to that one head of officiating throughout the match, whenever, when it's a contentious decision or whether it's just a regular foul, they'll say, we're heading over up to Secaucus, New Jersey. take it away. And this one guy explains the foul, explains the situation. I think we need that in the arc. I think we need someone in the arc or somewhere and explaining what's going on for the broadcast. Obviously, make the decision as quick as possible, but have someone to say, this is what we've seen, this is what we have. I think everyone's so scared of making mistakes, but mistakes are inevitable. And unfortunately, they've made another mistake here with the Logue touch decision. Have someone there explaining the decisions. You know, we implement 5 or 6 new rules every season. No one knows how they work. It's round 7 now. The stand rule's not working. Let's have an umpire on the feed saying, no, this is what happened. Actually, this is a mistake. Like, let's hear from these guys. We make it like we dehumanize them all. Like, there are humans making these decisions.
Yeah, I agree. They have it in the Premier League as well. You've got an announcer that explains the decision, and on one hand, there's more transparency. On the other, we're giving them even more accountability when you said like they're already scared. So like for them to have to be trained to actually explain the decision rather than saying the decision is inconclusive, we're going with the umpire's decision, or that's just all they're trained to do. So,
but it would be your top 3 guys for 9 games. You'd split it up. Each of you get 3 a weekend. Get paid well. You're very experienced, probably over 20 years, and this is what you have to do.
Yep, fair enough.
We ready to move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, before we get to Court of the Footy, it was an exciting moment on Saturday. You know, both of you know I'm a big fan of Forgotten Stars, and probably been following him since COVID, I'd say. Now I'm almost certain he's a Collingwood fan, so we've just been messaging about the games every second week for a bit, and found a great photo of an Essendon fan sitting next to me that had however many days it was of them not playing in the finals and counting. Like, he'd add tape to the jersey and counting. It was great. So I was already speaking to Forgotten Stars about the commentary issues and why he wasn't at the game. And so I sent him this photo and he put it on his story. Got very excited. I sent it to the boys at Ultimate Footy. And it was a nice moment, you know.
So it's got 7,292, but then he's got like plus 357 plus 263. So he obviously becomes outdated the day he buys it or the next day.
Yeah.
They've got to keep adding plus, whatever.
It's great. It's so good.
Yeah, Essendon. Yeah, I can't believe we lost to them. Like, seriously. And they played so well against us, and they've just looked shit in every single other game, except for Gold Coast. But they just look so bad against Collingwood, and I can't believe we lost. From the fans, though, a couple questions. Brodie, from your dad. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Was this the worst round of footy for a long time?
Yeah.
6 teams beaten by over 8 goals.
Yeah.
I think Gather Round was almost as bad, but yep. Benji Stiglitz, hot take. Essendon are a top 6 side when off wooden spoon. Now, does anyone know what that means?
No, he's done it again.
He's done it again. So
I was with him last night. Yeah.
So I messaged him saying, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
He says,
We're not winning.
when they're playing well, they're a top 6 team.
Mm.
When they're not playing well, they're the bottom team. That's his hot take.
I don't know what that means.
Like, when they're on, they're
It's a
top
very
6 team.
it's a very hot take. I disagree.
Yeah,
but
I told Benji that I disagree. Keep shooting. Keep
Yeah,
trying.
yeah.
You get one.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, top 6 team. Well, they beat a top 4 team in Melbourne, so maybe he's right. But yeah, they're pretty average. Archie Roberts is a bit of an interesting one at the moment, racking it up for fantasy. But what do you make of his
I'm
impact?
waiting for him to get the Sheezy ball treatment.
Yeah.
Was I having this discussion
Yeah,
with
you
you?
were.
Yeah.
And you said that they're different players?
Well, I just think like Harry's a top 3 pick. There's a lot more expectation. He's a better prospect than Archie Roberts, whereas Archie Roberts is a halfback. Like, you don't tell Lockie Whitfield that he's getting the Sheezies or he's getting easy possessions. You don't tell Caleb Daniel that he's getting easy possessions. I think that's just what Archie Roberts is. And the knock on his lack of score involvements is the same knock that Harry had. It's like, Yeah, but he's playing for Essendon. Like, he'll probably do a great kick out of the half back, and then they'll stuff it up. So I think he's having more impact than potentially his score involvement, say. And he is a good player. He is getting a lot of cheap possessions.
No doubt. I just think if Kane was probably the only one coming for Harry, but if he was to hold himself accountable, he'd be saying the exact same thing about Roberts.
Yeah. Zach says Gunston will kick 100 goals. He's
It's-
averaging
we're
4
on.
goals.
I just think he's going to miss a couple more games
Yeah.
because of management. But he's having so many scoring shots every game. Like, you can't defend him one-on-one. He's not fast, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
He's virtually impossible to defend
did
one-on-one. He's got the best leading patterns. He's super smart, and the mids know how to get it to him. Like, the midfield on the weekend, Gold Coast had their big four play their first game in Anderson, Rao, Miller, Petrarca. They got absolutely towed up by Connor Nash, Newcomb, all these other guys. Josh Ward. Like, who would have thought that at the start of the year?
What in the Hawthorn bias is that by Zach? He's not the leading goal kicker.
Well, he is averaging 4 goals because he missed a game. But, like, yeah, Ben King could.
Penn King is on 26.
And they've got a lot of interesting decisions to make about their keys, Gold Coast, because you've got
Yeah.
King out of contract, Walter out of contract, Reed doesn't know where he is right now,
Yeah.
position wise, and Jamara played his first game. I'd be surprised if all 4 stay.
How many goals did Ben King kick?
2, maybe.
Well, anyway, he didn't have a stat at halftime.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So I don't know if they can all play together. Just looking at Gunston's run home, because Hawthorn have had a pretty hard fixture, I feel like, to start the season. You got St Kilda, the Dogs without any key backs. You got a bye round 14. Then round 15, Gold Coast. Round 16, you have the Giants, Melbourne, Carlton, Richmond, Essendon, North Melbourne, Brisbane, Collingwood, and then you finish with West Coast. That's the run home. He could get some big bags in there. Won't get 100. I don't think he'll get 100.
No.
I said
They never
Cam-
do.
They never do. It's just
Yeah.
like, will Richmond
But
win a
do-
game this year? Like, they probably will. I think every year. at this
maybe
point.
if you factor in finals,
Yeah, we could factor in finals.
maybe.
In fact, I mean, we
I
can.
don't know.
But yeah, like Richmond don't like look so far away from winning a game. This is probably their chance this week against West Coast, but they're playing away, so I'm not sure they'll get there. And I don't know how many more winnable games they'll get, but somehow every team just finds a way to get a win. Next question we've got from Sam. Collingwood didn't prove anything despite a big win.
Agreed.
Essendon fan.
Yeah, you got to
look,
play
but
who's in front
what-
of you.
what-
yeah, we
word,
could have
like-
won by 20 points.
Yeah, I don't
And-
know. What are
and
they
Noah
supposed
Massa
to do?
says Pendles is the GOAT. Do you agree? And then Chook says Pendles greatest player ever. Not the best, but greatest. There's an argument, but
Best player to never win a Brownlow, for sure.
Joel Selwood.
Bond?
No. Pendles over Bond.
Nah.
Ooh, I'd take Bond.
Yeah, Bond.
Really?
Yeah, like I understand what he means by the greatest. Like I'm talking greatness, but Bond's a better player than Pendlebury overall.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Well, we can put it to the fans. Let us know.
Would you say Selwood as well? I think Pendles over Selwood. Especially
Yeah,
towards
I'll
the end
take-
of their careers.
But I would take Pendles over Selwood, but Selwood's underrated. Like he's got some pretty crazy stats. Selwood
Yeah.
in terms of disposals, tackles. Like he could be first of all those. Who else doesn't have one? Clary didn't get one in his prime.
Clary.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's all the questions. Speaking of the fans, though, had a few people come up to me and Dean and Brodie, I'm sure, in the past like week or so. So let us know. Message the page if you're a listener. If you actually listen to the podcast, like I won't clip this. I want to know like who's listening that I like would not know of or haven't heard of. I answer every DM, so message the page and just I don't know, say whatever you want. I just want to know who's listening aside from the regulars.
I know Maz is a big fan.
Yeah.
Doesn't ask questions, but does tune in every week.
Quarter footy, Brodie?
Quarter footy. So, obviously, you two rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 3 in a
Damn.
row.
Okay. You
Chase
explain
one
the
off
rules?
Are we the
scissors
defender?
for the listeners.
You'll be the defender. So,
Oh, boring every week.
Yeah, it's a safe option. Yeah.
Bailey Smith, Will, end with a higher average of fantasy points than Nick Dacos this season.
He
For
will.
reference, yes.
Yeah.
Bailey Smith is on 124.7, Nick Dacos 127.
Okay, I'll defend Bailey Smith and Dean.
Right. Well, Dacos.
Hey.
Sorry.
Hey. And Brodie, let's pay attention. I want
Yeah.
good judgment at the
3,
end of this.
2, 1, go.
So Dacos is leading already. He has an innate ability to just get 40 and 3, feast off of the bad teams. There's less people taking the ball away from him in that midfield compared to Geelong, where you have Max Holmes, who's averaging 105 off the top of my head. And I just think he loves the little 1-2s, and he'd play fantasy himself. So I reckon he gets around it. Yeah.
Okay, with 7 seconds to go.
3, 2, 1.
Well, the first one is that Baz doesn't get tagged. He's not good enough to really get tagged because he's not a great kick. So he's not. Dacos is going to get tagged. Yes, he can break the tag, but he's not going to average as high without getting tagged. And you said Max Holmes. Well, Max Holmes is playing mostly half back. So Bailey Smith's the main man. He runs all day, has a massive tank, and you can watch Geelong, and he'll literally just be everywhere at every contest, and that's why he's already averaging a massive score. He'll never get tagged. And then, yeah, he's got the Tom Atkins to protect him if he needs an Ocean Mullen.
Dean.
Baz is a very controversial player. I think he'll have a little slip up sometime in the season, maybe get himself injured. He had a little niggle coming into the year, and his fantasy will drop as a result of that.
His fantasy won't drop as a result of that because when he does have those niggles or there's controversy, he makes the correct decision in sitting out that game, as we saw last year, missed 3 games as laid out. Whereas I feel like Collingwood relies so much on Dacos that even when he's injured, that he'll play, or when he's not quite right, he'll play, and you might get some low scores there.
You know, you both gave great arguments. Chase, you almost secured it by contrasting Dacos and Baz when it comes to injuries. Dacos also sat out a game last minute at Brisbane, but I'm still going to give it to you.
Thank you.
I think your counter argument against was with Holmes was strong. Dean, very impressive to know 105 off the top of your head. I'm pretty sure you have him in fantasy or something.
I don't.
Like
Adam has him.
I don't.
yeah, both strong arguments, but I think the second round, would go to Chase.
Thanks.
Fair enough.
Thanks.
Stand by. I think I would have won last week if you were awake, but it's all good.
Good topic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
good.
No, I like how they're very different each week.
Yeah, that was really keeping your toes. Big round, round 8. And obviously we don't sit around doing the cups every week, but it's a bit of a cup week. It's a week of the cups, I feel. A week of the controversial big cups. You know, we've got Collingwood Hawthorn Thursday night. It's all about Jack Ginnivan. It's all about Max Lynch. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's the Jack Ginnivan Cup. It's a big game. Dean, you said a couple of weeks ago that cue the uproar for the showdown when there's 2 Friday night games. So on cue.
Yep. Here we go. And I don't think people are going to talk about it till the showdown is on.
Fair.
So
Wait, there's 2 Friday night games.
Yes.
yes.
There's 2
Why?
Friday night. I don't know. And this,
Why can't we have a normal round of football?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there's a
Oh my
few
God.
of these in a row, according to Ben Gaddy.
Why?
There's 4 in a row.
It's funny how we're uncovering it week by week.
No,
Yeah.
that's why I tried to forecast this by saying this is what's going to happen. And
This
what
is
about
ridiculous.
these 12:35 Saturday games?
It takes away from the significance of the showdown.
Yeah, I know. And they did it with the Battle of the Bridge a couple of weeks ago. And then there's some big games after that as well. That's just
But Port
double-headers.
play on the next 3 Friday night games.
That's so weird.
Okay, let's digress.
Yep. You
Yeah.
also got the Carlton St Kilda Cups. So you got Silvani and TDK playing against the old side. You got the James Jordan and Brodie Grundy and Simon Goodwin Cup. So Melbourne play against Simon Goodwin for the first time, who's, funnily enough, Tom McCartan came out and said that they credit their offensive game style this year to Simon Goodwin, which is like
That's all right.
crazy because 1, they've probably been the best offensive side, but 2, like Simon Goodwin and offensive game style
no,
doesn't go together. He's deep contest and defense. So yep, that's pretty cool. And then you got the big Richmond West Coast game, which I said before. I think it's bigger for Richmond just because I don't know. This could be their last proper winnable game for the season. I don't know if they play them again. Maybe Dreamtime against Essendon, but they look shit, Richmond. they look really bad at the moment.
Yeah, just on TDK, you'd think he'd get booed.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd
Yes.
be poor if they didn't boo him. To be honest,
Yeah.
Like no,
I
not a legend of the club at all.
I think he needs a big game.
Oh, 100%.
He was great against Collingwood in round 0. And
No, he wasn't.
Nah, he was.
Yeah, but
He was
Cameron
good.
was
He
great.
wasn't great.
So
He was good, but I haven't seen enough recently. He did get injured a couple weeks ago, but
Can you envision De Koning being like the guy to win St Kilda a game? No, I can't. Sorry, I'm not an answer for you. But I just can't see like last quarter games on the line. De Koning like wins it.
no, but he can win it with a game-saving mark.
Yeah, he can, but like so can Darcy Cameron, Max Gawn, Grundy. I just think he's nothing special to him. Like he's a good player, a good ruckman, and probably will get better. But he's just never going to be like a game winner.
Needs a big game. Just the tips. I mentioned that 46 people got 8 on the weekend.
Everyone, me and you both got 8.
Ian came first with the closest margin of
Yeah.
23. And then Chook, Leo Quadlow, and Juzzy round out the top 3. Just
Leo Quadlow.
Chook.
You know him.
That's his name.
Okay.
And yeah, so the top 3 is Chook on 50, Dossa Carp 49, and friend of the podcast, Jake Robel on 49 as well.
Jack.
Sam Harrison also on 49 in 4th.
There you go.
How many people are in this tipping competition?
I think it's at 100.
Yeah,
And this is
93.
purely Dos and Toss?
Purely
yeah.
just us, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We actually had more last year, but people.
Schusternader 59.
Wash.
Just
Yeah, wash. I've done it again with the tipping. So last week I tipped Melbourne, changed my tip to Brisbane, would have got the 9. And I did it again with Port. I tipped Port on the podcast and then switched it last minute, and that was my only tip that I got wrong. So
Tip on the podcast concurrently.
Yep, I'm gonna do it now because I also forget to tip a lot. So I'm gonna do it as we do it. So
Yeah.
Thursday night, Collingwood v Hawks. Hawthorn.
Are you going, Brodie?
Training.
Hawthorn
The perks of Sundays. I'll be there.
Hawthorn by
Hawthorn.
26.
Western Bulldogs versus Freo.
The Hayden Crozier Cup. Freo. At
Freo.
Marvel, they like it there.
Yeah.
The Guts Up Cup for those.
The showdown, get
following.
around it. 8:10. Dean, do you pause Shabbos for this?
Oh, Shabbos could be over by 8:10.
Okay.
Nah. Adelaide.
Yeah, Crom.
Oh,
Big game for Adelaide.
Go Crom.
yeah, I think Adelaide. But yeah, big game. What are they,
But-
2 and 4? Yeah, 2 and 4.
Yeah.
This game will get 20,000 fans. Essendon versus Brisbane at Marvel.
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
West Coast v Richmond at Optus. I'm going to go West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast. I think at Optus.
Richmond.
Yeah.
Geelong versus North at GMHBA down at Cardinia Park.
I think it's like 20 something in a row. That
For
Geelong,
Geelong.
beating North.
Yeah.
And the average
Geelong.
margin against North at GMHBA, it could be like 80 points in the past few games.
Is Combin out?
Well, he was out. I think he was sick though, so he'll probably come back
Because
in.
Jeremy Cameron on Toby Pink would be 10 goals plus.
Yeah, what about Jeremy Cameron and Cam Zohar though? Nah, yeah, I think he'll kick a bag, but I don't think they'll lose by that much this time.
Geelong.
Geelong. Carlton versus St Kilda. Saturday night. This will be interesting.
Very, very interesting game, and I think St Kilda will win.
Same.
Carlton to
Okay,
bounce back.
Okay.
Yeah, here we are. 3:15 Alfarsi.
Not at the G though.
Not at the G.
Swannies versus Melbourne. Swans.
Yeah, the Swans.
Yeah. I think it's 3:15 on a Sunday, but it's not at the G, and that's the difference because Melbourne like the wide expanses, and the SCG, it's just an absolute glitch ground. Like you can kick a goal from anywhere, and like I think Sydney are just the best team at the moment. I don't think they will be, but at the moment they're the best team.
And lastly, the Expansion Cup. Suns versus Gold Coast. Sorry, Suns versus Giants.
This is Gold Coast. Yeah.
7:20 on a Sunday night.
Wow, that is so
It's late.
graveyard.
That's so
Do
unnecessary.
you reckon you're going to be watching that at 7:20?
Is there a
I'm going Gold Coast.
is there something on the Monday that we don't know about, or
Is it a public holiday? No. Today was a public holiday in Sydney.
true?
Public holiday.
No. What is it?
Labor Day in Queensland.
Labor Day.
There you
There we go.
I mean, the
There you
public holidays are like roulette. Like you just pick whenever.
It genuinely is.
I like how they think about that.
Well, yeah. At least they thought about something with the fixture.
Well, you've
Yeah.
got to do something when these two teams play each other. You're not going to
You
get
guys
anyone
got a
there.
tip. I went Gold Coast.
I'll go Gold Coast, but they're
I'll go-
very overrated at the moment.
Yeah,
Coast.
Gold Coast.
Will Powell, get him back in the midfield.
How did he's not going to get back in? Took
needs
Miller
to.
only had 2 centre bounce attendances
Petrarca should go
with that
forward more.
midfield. We're not even talking about Bailey Humphrey.
Anderson's been disappointing, I think.
Yeah, he had his appendix out, but even before then, I don't know.
Always been disappointing.
They've got all the pieces. Now they've got to make the puzzle Gold Coast.
It doesn't
That's
always work like that, though.
It doesn't.
Just because you get all these players, like some players need to be the star man. Like Anderson and Rowell have worked well together, but you add Petrarca in there, took Miller.
And their best 2 players on the weekend were Lockie Weller and Ben Long.
Yeah.
Those were their best 2 against us.
So they need to figure out what works for them, because I'm not sure just having all those star players in at the same time will work.
No.
I'll go Gold Coast. Boys,
Yep.
Any
Boys.
closing remarks?
Nah, bro.
Yeah. Maybe let's try to get a guest on next few
Yep.
weeks.
All right. I'll do some work and see what we can do. But
All right.
yeah, thanks for listening.
Peace.
Peace.